Hello and welcome to the Splat Moto YouTube channel. I want to mention something about learning. Now, the classic way of learning that probably most of the greatest riders of all time have gone through. Since the time they were a little kid, they just get thrown into competitions, whether it's trials events or motocross events. If it's a trials event, that you're doing the easy sections right off the bat. You're just doing corners. You're building your foundation before you move up to the next stage where there might be a little log or a couple rocks or whatever. You're slowly building over a period of time. And then as you go through the years, you have upperclassmen come maybe and give you some drills to work on, or maybe they say, hey, when you're trying that log or this rock section, think of it this way, try this, try that.
This transition right here.
And then you got to turn once you get up there.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right. You keep your momentum going up, kind of unloaded.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, but you have to get right where you're at. But you're unloading the weight of the tires by doing that on the side slope.
And then maybe the really good riders will go home and work on that stuff and find ways to build a progression off of that. So essentially these riders are self-taught through experience and wisdom from others. You get a really good feel for terrain and you're experimenting. And especially if you're a young kid, you have a lot less fear to try things. And one of the things that we have going on nowadays is that you can not have had any time riding a motorcycle, buy a motorcycle, and then go to a clinic and learn what a double blip is before you've had any time to against terrain and have a lot of failures, especially as a young kid.
That was pretty gnarly, huh?
So what I would suggest is if you're getting into learning a little bit later, or even if you're not and you're just trying to learn a new technique, give yourself a bigger window to learn in. So that could be years for some people. It could be months, weeks for certain people, depending on what your skill and experience level is. If you can take the time to progress and learn all the individual things while also going out and riding trails and experiencing terrain and getting a feel for terrain so that you can read it and know what each terrain type is going to give you traction wise. And it's going to help you have a different perspective so that by the time you get to that big log, you're going to know whether it's safe to hit it for you or not. You're going to know whether you can consistently lift your front tire up or not. So take the time to really get things down until you start feeling that you have the control to move on to the next obstacle. If you give yourself that window of learning, that mindset of, I'm going to give myself a year, 2 years, 3 years to learn this, it gives you a lot less anxiety when you do come up to big obstacles on the trails. It relieves you a little bit. I don't need to hit that right now with just off of guts alone. I don't need to. I can let my friend ride it up, or I can ask for help because I know that I will get there eventually. When you don't really know that there's a path to learning, it kind of leaves it mysterious. Like at what point should I start just going for things? So if I have a set program or a prescribed set of things to work on over the next year, 2 years, it's going to start creeping into my riding. And by the time I've worked on all that stuff, the bigger obstacles and your ability to do them will start revealing itself in a lot more friendly way.